So, good morning, Tony. I'm with Tony Lambert. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Let's start with a question I ask a lot of artists on this platform, which is, what do you really love about music?
Wow. What a question. Absolute corker to start with. Do you mean, music that I'm playing myself, or music generally? I think
Either. Because it might be different, there might be different considerations for each one.
I think music is a shared, it's like a language that we have, an extension of our communication. And me personally, my music is, an extension of me, I guess, an expression. It's not something I feel I've got a choice about having, it's just part of me. Other people's music, I just find it incredibly, it's a very humanistic way to kind of connect with people, to human expression from different people. What a good question that is. Wow, I never thought I'd get up and have that first thing in the morning.
And I know that you play acoustic and electric guitar, I think.
I've got electric guitars. I may have something bubbling away on the stove with electric guitars, but mainly acoustic. Yeah. I'm a singer-songwriter, I suppose.
And who's been your sort of like touchstones or inspirations for getting you interested in going down the songwriting line?
I started playing quite late. I think I was 21 when I started playing the guitar. And within weeks I was starting to make things up. I used to stand in front of a mirror with a tennis racket and pretend to be lots and lots of people. Sadly now I've just said that on camera, haven't I? So from a very early age, people performing, I wanted to emulate that, and so showing off on stage actually is a big part of it. I do really enjoy that. But then as life goes on and life gets richer and life gets more complicated and sadder and happier and all the things that happen in our lives, actually being able to express part of me, through music, it's weird kind of thinking about it as a choice, because I sort of don't think it's a choice really.
Yeah.
It just is, really. And if it wasn't a guitar, it would be something else, you know what I mean?
Could be a sitar or a tuba.
Oh, if I could play the sitar, wow.
They could say that Tony Lambert, he used to be an acoustic guitarist, now it's all Indian scales.
Tablas. Yeah, it is an accompaniment to that expression, really. And crafting songs is something you have to learn the process. You have to develop the process. But I think there has to be a spark, I think a mutual friend of ours once said, there's 90% hard work, but actually that 10% is the thing. If you haven't got that,
Yeah. So we were just talking about the songwriting process. What sort of things have inspired writing, and what's your normal way of going about the song process?
I think I have to go into work every day in respect. You talk about people, sometimes writers talk about actually going into that room with a typewriter and sitting down and doing 8 hours. And I think if I'm not playing the guitar regularly, I tend not to write. I don't sit on a bus and suddenly go, oh my God, give me a guitar, I'm going to write a song. It doesn't happen like that. I have to be, there's something fluid about having the guitar in your hand, on your knee regularly. I also have to be disturbed in some way, and whatever that may be, whether that's, somebody's really sort of pissed me off, or something really difficult's going on in my life, or I look back at a period in my life and suddenly trying to make sense of that. So subject matter is all around me, really. I spent a lot of years, I think, sort of post 9/11, I was writing a lot of songs about geopolitics and you know, the way we're herded and controlled, and I tend to, I've sort of moved away from that now, and as I get older, it's often about the things that disturb me in my relationships, and I say disturbed in a, you know, often as gentle as a flicker on the top of a pond, or my life turned upside down. And I think the other side of it is my own mental well-being and my mental health's had a huge, well, that's me, isn't it? That's kind of the concept of myself. What am I, you know? And that comes out in my music as well. And I think songwriting, I certainly have, you know, milestones or along the way of musicians I've really respected, and I think a lot of the time I've looked at people and thought I'll never achieve that, and you know, let's be honest, never have achieved the quality and the genius of the people that I looked up to, you know, the Dylans of this world and the Nick Drakes of this world, and kind of, you know, that kind of quality songwriting. But certainly I've picked up a lot of little, they've certainly influenced me, I would say. It's hard to say exactly where, but life is an influence, isn't it? You know.
So we talked about a little bit about, you referenced a few things. You referenced Dylan, Nick Drake. So who's influenced you, and in particular, if you could have like two songs that you think, man, if I'd written that, I'd be happy.
Well, I think the opposite. I think genius in being able to make an emotion or a way of being, making that a tangible thing, making it into a song. That's the genius that we're talking about, and suggesting I would be happy if I'd written some of the genius that I appreciate. It almost feels I think I'd be the opposite. I think because a lot of the genius that I really appreciate comes from tortured spirits, and I know that the stuff that I sing, of my songs that I still play 10 years after I wrote something painful, is because it's true. So and I don't want to write anybody else's songs. I mean, I was playing Baker Street through there before, and it's just a beautiful song to play, chords and the melody. I don't wish I'd written it.
Yeah.
I'd be a very rich man if I had. I don't wish I'd written it because it wasn't my experience. I mean, if you listen to the lyrics in a song like that, there's something really quite sad, quite dark about, you know, lives that are going down the wrong track and maybe not achieving what somebody wanted to achieve, and I think that's what we lament, don't we, in songs? We lament things that aren't. People who go around going tickety boo, they can, you know, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. It's not about that for me. This is, I think it's called Blister. You can call it what you like, really. And it's not about my sister. It's not about my sister. But it's about somebody who kind of felt that close, I guess. Yes. No blame being shifted, this is how I made myself. Very nearly missed this, trying so hard for something else. Doing what I learned from them, I lose it every day. Life is punctuated defeated by the friends who fail to stay. I've been a blister on your skin too long, and the sister that I had is gone. So turn to benevolence and go and save some trees. Who says you need charity when you're down upon your knees? You worship me, hypocrisy. You brought me so much pain. Then you wrap that up in your Bible and you just carry on the same. I've been a blister on your skin too long, and the sister that I had is gone. Blister on your skin too long, and the sister that I had is gone. This is a song, obviously, because you've asked for a song. This is a song which was written about situations that occur not far away from here, actually, a couple of miles up the road. It's about the relationship I have with my son's mum. You know, we stay in contact, you know, over the years, as a lot of people do, and it's just about that ever-changing relationship, I suppose. And it's called Wrist Slap, and the reason it was called Wrist Slap initially was because when I first ever put it down on tape, I didn't have any percussion instruments, and I was just doing that to kind of keep myself in time, really. And then I thought, actually, that's quite a good sort of little sentiment, really, because the song is about being told off quite a lot and getting a slap on the wrist. And it's one side of the story. Don't be under any illusions. This is the only truth. I'm sure she'd be able to provide her own catalogue of my errors. Okay, so it's called Wrist Slap. And thanks for listening. Mercenary, just part of the plan. Someone who takes up this battle when you run all you can. And I never wanted to be on your side, but I am. And I'm gonna die on this battlefield, 'cause I'm flying your flag. Turn out with love in this heart, but it's making me sad. Leave with the feeling all bottled up in you. don't understand, 'cause I never wanted to be on your side, but I am. I'm gonna die on this battlefield, 'cause I'm flying your flag. Stand sharp as war, is wearing me thin. Shoes at the door, I've been shooting. Just see me as mercenary, just part of the plan. Someone who takes up